Morning, everybody. Welcome to City Life. I'm Linda Bown. I'm your host. I'm here with Marty Lorrey.
Good morning.
John McDonough is our producer over there, pushing all the buttons, and not so bad this morning, Marty.
It was beautiful coming in. I expected cold weather. Nothing.
I even expected some snow in Tingsboro, but not yet. Not yet. They said they kept saying we were going to get a dusting, but it's not as cold. Yesterday I found bone chilling. It just was bitter. Well, it was 5 degrees when I left my house yesterday. So
I haven't been out. I had been battling the flu. I wasn't here last week, and with the flu or a cold, and so I haven't really been out too much.
Yeah, everybody. Bob has had something. Lisa's had something.
Oh yeah.
I just scoot along, but I did get my flu shot and pneumonia. I didn't have a choice. Walgreens surely corralled me, and that was the end of that. She comes at you with a needle. So
you're better off. I always get the flu shot, and when I was a mailman, I never got sick. But one year I got it. I was in bed for 5 days.
Yeah.
This time, I got the flu shot, and I was in bed since Tuesday night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, plus we get older, I suppose. It's
just.
It just seems each year it gets colder earlier. Like in December, we seem to get a lot of really very cold weather. So, anyway, it's not stopping me from going shopping up at the outlets and.
No.
Jumping around. And I'll tell you, it was absolutely mobbed at the outlets.
I heard last weekend was really busy.
Yeah, it's early. It wasn't. Early in the morning, I try to go out definitely before noon, but around 9, as soon as things open, and that's the best time before they start piling in. So
I think people are sick of Amazon. Come Christmas time, they want to be out like they had downtown. The lights.
Yeah.
And the stores and the atmosphere. The malls used to try to recreate it, and but I think people like that, and it gives them a reason to get out.
Well, the lights. A lot of people have lights up. I'm very impressed with the house lights now these days. It's good because we went through a period that nobody seemed to have anything out, and it's nice.
I was down at Boston College last year. Was volunteering. For an organization with a friend, and we leave the game around, 9:30, 10 o'clock, and we're driving through Brookline. Yeah, that's where it is.
Yeah.
No Christmas lights, and we're just looking around. We didn't, and of course Brookline's 90% Jewish.
Yeah.
And so as we drove through, we were looking, just no Christmas lights.
No Hanukkah bushes?
Nothing, and. I saw a woman I know recently, and I said that to her. She says, when I went to Brooklyn High School, she says, I think we only had 1 or 2 kids in the school who weren't Jewish. It was that big of a population, yeah. Beautiful city, town.
Yeah, it is. Down around that area, it's pretty nice. So what's happening in Lowell politics these days? Well, we've got the rep. When is the election for the Senate?
February for the Democratic Republican, and then March for the general, and so that really hasn't heated up yet. There was a little thing. I got it now from the State House. They report what's going on, and I guess Vanna left the State House one day and someone pressed the button for her.
Oh.
But you can do that at the State House. I saw Jerry had it in his column last Sunday. Some people were making a big deal out of it, but to best of my knowledge, people could press your button in the House of Representatives to vote. So to me, it was no big deal. The only big deal is that's another reason to vote for Diane DiZoglio.
Yeah.
Well, Marty, what's the process if I'm a state rep and I say, look, I'm taking the kids to Disney. Marty, can you get in your car and press my button? How do you go down?
Another state rep has to do it.
So I have to talk to Linda Bown, a state rep from
Someone who sits
Tingsboro.
next to you. You know, came to light years
I'm
ago.
I'm just looking for the process. So,
Well, I don't know what
as
the
a state,
process.
well,
Just
okay,
have someone press the button.
can anybody press the button?
Not
How do you
anyone
get
can
in
get
there?
on the floor, so. It
To
would
your
have be another
knowledge,
state rep.
Marty, who can press the button? To your knowledge,
Any other state rep.
only a state rep. Okay, Linda,
To
what, to your
my
knowledge?
knowledge.
To your knowledge, who
No
can?
idea. I never knew that anybody could, and it would show up. That's appalling to me.
One of the House speakers was on vacation, like in Jamaica, a few years back, and there were votes the entire time while he was gone.
Well, then it's gone to hell in a handbasket. That's really outrageous. Shame on them.
Yeah, right.
Shame on
and
them. That,
It's not a good policy.
Well, who
and
voted for her? I would ask that. Who
What's
voted
that?
For her? Who voted for her?
It's on camera. I don't know who the
Oh, okay.
state rep. Yeah,
All right.
they actually had it on camera.
And who discovered this, Jerry? Jerry Nutter?
Jerry had a piece on his column on Sunday about it. What's interesting, this has been going on for years, and no one made an issue out of it until Vanna said she was running for state senate.
I mean,
Now all of a sudden, someone's making an issue out of it.
well, they should. She's never been there, but somebody else is voting for her?
She was there that day. She left early.
But I'm talking about the votes. She's been doing this all along?
No, not that I know of.
Well, how would one
She
know?
left early.
How would one know I mean,
No
you
one
have to go
brings
through-
it up. My point is, she's running for state senate, so now someone's making an issue out of it.
Well, they should have made an issue out of it they should have made an issue out of it. a
They
long
did
time.
years ago with the speaker. Being in the Caribbean somewhere, and all his votes coming in.
Wow.
And
It really
But-
doesn't matter, I guess. It doesn't matter in Massachusetts anymore. It's going to go the way they want it. So
Right.
There's no.
And there was a big thing about it then. On the Senate, you can vote, I think proxy, but you can do it online too. You can cast a vote by online.
No wonder they want drive-by and mail-in voting. If that's what they used to. They think that's a cool thing. If they see nothing wrong with themselves not voting down in the legislature, why
This
would they
is
think?
why you really have to clean house down there. To me, it only gives more power to the speaker. And but yeah, it was quite interesting that it came up. But my opinion is it's not going to be an issue for the state senate race. And two, it's been going on so long.
Past practice? Kevin Murphy is the first one I ever heard that one from.
What's
That's
that?
the way we've always done it. Past practice.
Yeah.
That's the excuse. Past practice.
Yeah. It's not right. You should be there. I don't know if it was the House or the Senate, or maybe both, several years ago, either the Globe or the Herald Spotlight team was looking into the House and who was getting per diem. Now, they get mileage going in. So they were checking who was in that day and were they getting mileages for the days they weren't coming in. And they found a few,
Shocking.
I saw yesterday, or I saw this week, I was looking at the roll call. The person who has missed the roll calls lives in Boston. It's a Boston representative, so,
Well, that's all very depressing. But I'm not shocked. It really has gone downhill from the days when I worked in there, so.
Yeah, the people I know that work down there, they just shake their head, and it's a completely different day. I think Massachusetts is going to be embarrassed. We saw what happened in Minnesota with the federal money, with the millions of dollars being stolen.
Yeah.
Now, Maine came out.
If we get a federal audit, we're in trouble.
Right. Well, Maine came out last night. They have a whistleblower saying the same thing. Now, Massachusetts has refused to turn over the information to the government. And that raises your eyebrows right there. Why aren't they turning it over? And I'm wondering if they didn't finagle the funds or something now, especially with all the migrants. How did they get the money? Was they doing this? Who knows? But I get a feeling Massachusetts is going to get a bloody nose, and Healy can say, I'm not going to turn it over to Trump. But you know what? Every federal agency has an Office of Inspector General.
Yeah.
And they have powers to bring you in. They're also, Inspector General at the federal level is now a federal agent. So when they read you your rights, you get the Martha Stewart law right behind it. I had a couple of cases when I was with the union, with the post office, and they would come in and they'd already signed off, but they'd read you either your Miranda rights, your Calcanos rights, or your Garrity rights right off the bat.
Okay, what are the three musketeers you just talked about?
Well, the Miranda is anything you say or do. The other two, I forget which is which. I used to carry a card with me. One is whatever you say or do, we can hold against you administratively and criminally. We'll charge you. And the third one is we won't charge you criminally, only administratively. And then they get the Martha Stewart law, which you lie to us, you can go to jail. So I used to tell people, get an attorney, and they never did. I'd have to sit there and...
Well, watching my little dinky crime shows on Facebook, I'm surprised to learn the cops can lie to you, but you can't lie to the cops. The cops can say, oh, yeah, Marty, we already talked to Linda, and she told us you robbed the bank, she helped you rob the bank.
If you lie to them, it's not a crime.
If you lie to a cop...
It's not a crime. It is not
my Facebook stories tell me it is.
I've never heard of anyone being charged with lying to a state or local cop. They'll bring it into court, this is what he told us. But a federal agent will actually charge you for lying to a federal agent. And Martha Stewart, that's what she went to jail for.
Comment from the audience. It doesn't matter which rep presses the button.
Point well taken.
Yeah.
Very well. Makes good sense.
So I say it gives the speaker too much power.
Speaker basically presses all the buttons for them.
But yeah.
That's an embarrassment even to all the other Democratic reps. Shame on them. Has it come to that they can't even go in and vote?
No, she was there, but she left early for a fundraiser.
But she didn't. I know you keep saying that, but she wasn't there for the vote.
Doesn't matter.
Who cares if she was there? She could have been having somebody in her office having her hair done.
That's what they do.
I understand that's what they do, Marty, but we have to ask the question, what is the process of voting? There's only one instant that you're voting, when you actually execute the vote. Right. She was not there for the vote.
What else
Welcome
was
to the
she
Massachusetts
there for?
House of Representatives. Welcome to the House. This is why people are... What was I reading yesterday? 1 in 6 people are thinking of leaving the state of Massachusetts.
And
they're so fed up.
And they are. And the state reps are just looking the other way.
Right. They don't care. They're not. They weren't going to vote for them anyway.
When you see state reps shopping at the Rockingham Mall and the premium outlets in Merrimack, and they duck their head and they run behind the counter when they see you.
The Lowell Sun was a great one for that. They used to go up to New Hampshire if they saw someone shopping tax-free, and they would interview them or try to interview them and take their picture.
Well, now everybody's got a phone in their pocket, so I'm going to have a picture of one of the state reps sent to me shopping at the premium outlets.
Well, isn't that one advantage to being on the border?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, well, anyway.
I felt bad for back in the 70s when this was all changing. Everyone ran up to New Hampshire for their beer and
yeah.
You couldn't buy hard stuff. You have to go to the state liquor store for that.
Yeah, but even interestingly enough, the state liquor store beer. Now the state has new stores that are state run for tobacco and beer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, surprise.
Yeah, I know.
They got a little sick of Market Basket having them, and all those.
Market Basket beats them all.
Yeah.
Price-wise.
Yeah.
I could go up to the state liquor store in New Hampshire, and when they had their sales, get the large bottles of VO, large ones. $10, $9, I forget what it was.
Yeah.
It was fairly inexpensive, and when they have their sales up there.
Yep.
But everyone used to go up to the stores on Route 38 or Mammoth Road and buy their beer.
Marty, that mic just died.
It's
so
dying?
turn that mic on its side. The battery died. And get another mic.
Oh dear.
The battery just died in that mic, so turn the mic on its side, so I know that one's dead.
Oh, how clever.
And get another
Boy,
mic.
John.
Because after the show, I go like,
No flies on you.
which one died? No, Cliff invented it. It was a good idea.
How
Now
is
we're
Cliff?
back in business.
Yes,
I miss
sir.
Cliff and Martha. How's dinner group? I've been out. I haven't been here for a while.
Cliff, Martha had a health hiccup, and then his son, I think his son's name's John, that lives with Martha. He's there to kind of help with Martha. He had a heart attack too.
Oh
Wow.
dear.
So that's
Did Clifford have one?
no. Thank God he didn't.
Well, that's
The old son's having trouble today because this is what happens when you click into their page, try to look at today's little son, it's broken.
They got a new app. I tried to get on here, but I can't get access to the Wi-Fi here, so I turned it off. But the other day I turned it on and it said they were transferring to a new app, the Lowell Sun,
Well,
and you were going to have to transfer over.
how I get to it, I go to my electronic edition. I don't look at it on the app, it's too small. And the thing says the e-edition right here.
Right, that's what I get. I get it on the computer.
And I click it on this, and we'll see if it comes up. And I'll let you know if it comes up. Back over to
Okay.
you guys.
Did you all go to the parade for the City Lights?
Yeah,
How was it?
I watched it on TV.
Oh,
It was a lot, but well,
It was a rough weekend.
we were supposed to go and the kids chickened out. Then Nana chickened out. That was the end of it.
I used to say when I was at the Enterprise, we should go over to the old City Hall 222, which we were renting, and go up to the second floor or third floor and watch the parade from up there, you know?
It was a good parade, good attendance,
Good.
and LTC, they covered it, and who's the guy who runs the ambulance company? Dick, his name's Dick something or other, and Danielle McFadden, they were the announcers for the parade. It was good, well covered.
Well, congratulations also to Allison and company, the successful.
So the electronic Lowell Sun is now up and at 'em.
Oh,
Oh, better, so Marty, if you try your app. Maybe,
Okay.
Maybe it'll work. And,
The governor blasts GOP on Obamacare credits. Now, they're still meeting on that.
like they're listening to her.
Oh, they
The
could care
GOP,
less.
let's tune into the governor this morning. How did she blast them?
She
Was
is,
a horn from the front of the State House? Or how did
they
she-
must be licking their chops waiting to come in and check the records in Massachusetts. Because she might be saying, I'm not going to turn them over. And I know Maurice, she's not naive. They can come in and get those records. And if they start finding issues like they're finding in Minnesota and even Maine, where it looks like we'll be next, you know, they don't listen to her at all. They could care less about Maura Healey.
well, yeah. Well, Massachusetts, Connecticut, now even Maine, it's interesting.
Maine's as bad as Massachusetts.
Yeah, that's very sad.
All the people that moved up and,
I know, to get away from here.
yeah, and
Well, that tells you something, though. They bring it all with them, I guess.
they did it in southern New Hampshire. They all moved up there and, we want to get away from Massachusetts. Then they get up there, no one's picking up our garbage. What? We don't have sewers, you know?
Yeah.
And then they start rebuilding those areas. Where I was, you don't have those things. Well, maybe North Conway had them. But everything was septic and wells, and you went to the dump, it was open 3 days a week.
Merrimack still does that.
Sure they do,
My son has a dump permit,
yeah.
which is lovely.
Plus, they all have lakes, so you get permits for the lake
Oh, yes.
and the,
Yes.
uh,
Merrimack is a wonderful park system. I can't say enough about it. It's really wonderful to bring the kids and the lake and,
we had a problem in Freedom during COVID. They have two ponds, two town beaches, one on Loon Lake and one on Ossipee. And the one in Ossipee is beautiful. You look out and all the mountains in the background. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. And I guess on Facebook, people were from Maine and other towns going up there. It was during COVID, and they started putting it on Facebook. Now you couldn't get a parking spot.
Yeah.
It got to the point where the town police had to go up there and start monitoring.
Well,
Unfortunately.
that's one of the problems. I used to envy people like I live at the top of a hill. I look over the lake. And I used to envy the people on the lake, and I don't anymore because they're having a big problem with people coming from out of town, and they go to the Nashville to Drake where the Drakeetown beaches, and they're trying to deal with the state to get them to
I saw that.
help them so that they can charge and limit the number of jet skis that go on the lake, because it's not that big. It's one thing when you're going up to the big lakes, but and so it must be not a pleasant operation for anybody that lives that used to go out to the lake and have a nice house. Like my girl has a house out there, and it used to be nice. On my walks I'd see him and Eileen, and it's just a quiet setting, but not anymore.
But you were asking about Monday Night Dinner Club last night. We went to Sear Lounge out in Delightful Drake-it.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Bridgewood Plaza. There was 12 of us that went.
Where'd you go?
Sear. It's called Sear Lounge.
Where is
It's a steakhouse. In the Bridgewood Plaza, you know where Brown and Budnick's is?
Oh, yeah.
It's in that same strip. And delicious time. There was a dozen of us. We had a great time.
Boy, you have a big crowd there.
Yeah.
Good time. So
Beverly was in town. I missed her because I was. Oh, look at the food! My
Steak
goodness
tips.
gracious!
they like their steak.
Yeah.
Beef stew. There's more steak.
Okay.
We like our grub, man.
Yeah, I can see that.
So good time to be had by y'all.
That's what I got to make. I've been making soups and chowders. I got to
You
make
make soup, Marty?
Yeah. Well, I just bought they were 59 cents a pound, I guess. So I bought a turkey, defrosted it, cooked that, and then I keep the breast and the legs, and I make a soup out of that. I do the same with the chickens. I keep all the carcass, and then I shave off some of the meat, and I make a soup out of that. Yeah, I enjoy. What did I make last? Ham, pea soup. I had cooked a ham, a shank, so I kept the bone.
Yeah.
I boiled that, and some of the meat came off, and I kept some meat to the side, and I got the peas, the green peas, put them in. It was delicious.
I do that with my vegetables, the peelings, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's really nice stock.
It's healthy for you.
Well, and I use it a lot in sauces and gravies. I really like sauces and things. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's healthy as anything.
So.
But what I haven't made recently is a beef stew, and I like making them. And you boil it long enough, and it just falls apart for
Yeah.
you. And some potatoes and carrots, and
Well, it's the season, everybody
It is.
likes to. And speaking of dinners, the Sportsman's Club is having their annual elderly dinner this Saturday.
Oh, good. What time? How much to get in?
It's about 1 o'clock. They get there 12, I think they start. With the
Beautiful.
appetizers.
Hey, Mark Kratman's watching this morning. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, everyone. Great show. I missed the conversation, and we'll need to schedule joining the show soon. Have a great day, everyone.
Absolutely.
I got to run
I guess
out.
everything's good in Oz.
Page 2. Once you serve in the House or the Senate, it increases your chance of becoming a city manager. The pension is $300K. Is life-changing. Good point. Back
Very
over to you, Lynn.
interesting.
I got to go out, and I go to Top Donut, and last year they had a Santa there, and there wasn't many people, Mr. and Mrs. Claus. So I took some pictures, and I put it on Facebook, and some of the employees sent me a friend request. They were next thing you know, the place was packed.
Nice.
So I think it's this weekend. I got the schedule in the car. They're going to have Mr. and Mrs. Claus at Top Donut on Aiken Ave.
Let me go to their Facebook page, see if I can find out.
Yeah, I think it is on Facebook page.
Now, tomorrow night is Rodney's, the Worthen, right? Isn't it?
Is that his fundraiser?
I think that's his kickoff. I believe it. What's the date? The fourth, is
I
it the
think
14th?
I think it's Thursday.
Yeah, that would be tomorrow. Hard for me to keep track of days.
It's horrible. It's tough to raise money. It's bad enough. Right now, everyone's having fundraisers. Sun Santa, the Radiothon, everyone is having fundraisers for charity, for Christmas. And now you're trying to raise money. It's tough.
Oh, this special election is tough for anybody that's running.
But I think they both have it.
This is Rodney's announcement. You are. It's tomorrow, Linda. You're right. The 11th.
Yeah.
5:30 to 7 at the Worthing House.
And what time is it?
5:30 to 7
Very nice.
at the Worthing House. And now, Linda, you have the same problem. Take your microphone, turn it on the side. Turn it on its side.
Can I turn it off?
I don't care, as long as it's on the side, and grab a new one.
Isn't this nice that you have multiple? This modern science, I'm just quite impressed, John.
I think we have like 8 or 10 of them.
Very nice.
So there's some still in the box. Because what happened, the last ones were great, but somebody dropped, I don't know how you can do that, but somebody dropped one on the floor.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Those
Oh,
things happen.
I'm sorry. Okay. You only have 4 mics and one's dead.
Well,
Not fun.
I have a cat that does a lot of that.
So we got some new mics.
And in fact, I just got a new laptop, and I was talking to Byron, and I said, I got to find a place to plug it in, and that I won't spill anything. And he just laughed and said, and where would that be, Linda? You don't spill. One day I almost got Mike Dillon here with a cup of coffee. So, right across the table.
I bought one. Everyone told me about the guy in Drake out on Lakeview Ave. Right near Mammoth Road, there's a shop. I can't think of the name of it. He buys the old ones from...
Oh, I know. You're in Collinsville.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's great.
He helped me. Yeah. If you got anything with your phone, like my speakers.
Right.
He fixed the outlet type of thing so you can plug things in and charge it. Yeah. He's a very nice man.
Very nice. He had a bunch
Right
of
across
computers.
from the
I
old
guess
five.
he buys them when, like, a hospital or business will buy them and not even use them.
Yeah.
And he buys those. They're still in the box.
Yeah.
And then ever else how he gets them, but
Right near Dragut Hardware.
that's him right next.
Yeah,
right
I
next.
love Dragut Hardware, one of my favorite places. in the whole world.
Well, I was in there. The place was packed. It was like
Yeah.
an old time business in the town or city. All the locals were in there,
Oh, absolutely.
and he was fantastic. Then I
Yeah.
brought my phone in. He
Yeah.
changed the battery.
Well, when you see the locals, you know that's the place to go.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's a good sign. So, everything is, particularly in Drake, that's nice and close for me.
Yeah, that's why I don't know anything about computers. I know how to turn them on, and I know how to
I know.
get
I
my
know.
newspapers. And
What do you know about TV? Same thing. You just know how to turn it
I
on.
know it is turn them on.
If it's broken, it's broken. What's the matter with the TV? It's broken.
My 6-year-old grandson's with us. He'll run it for me. He'll fix
Same
You
thing with
stream-
with the car.
Do you,
When you bring the car in, it's broken. What's the matter with it? It's broke.
do you stream, John, on your TVs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we have like Paramount Plus. I like watching those tough westerns about Longhorn, Landman, and Sylvester Stallone, whatever one he's in, Tulsa King.
I find that sort of overwhelming.
Really?
Trying to, the whole. We're all used to a TV. You just turn it on and you go to a channel.
Yeah.
You
Well,
go to
no,
a
if
guide.
if you have Comcast.
Yes, I do. No.
Okay, so, for news, go to channel 4405. That's San Francisco Bay. Then you go 6, 7, 4406, 07, 08, and you go across the whole country. And
Really?
It's all it's CBS and Fox channels around the country. Everywhere from Florida, California, Connecticut. It's like I'll watch Beverly's News on my on the 4405 series that's up there, and then streaming wise, you press the the button where you can talk to it.
Yeah.
And say, Superman. And it will come up on the screen the next time
Yeah.
Superman's going to come on your TV for free. And if you want to watch, the girls like Netflix.
Yeah.
So they'll say, Netflix, Lake Winnipesaukee. And whatever comes up on Netflix for Lake Winnipesaukee will come up on the screen.
Amazing.
But you just talk to it. Because my granddaughter, she taught them both, because they couldn't turn on closed captioning.
Yeah.
It's a little Morgan. She comes over, and Nana says, Morgan, how do you turn on closed captioning? She says, she hands the remote to her. She pressed the button, closed captioning on. It's on.
Wow. Well, the kids know more,
I was just, what a dummy I felt like.
I
watch
used
her
the
do
closed captioning.
Yeah.
And on my old TV, the new TV, every movie, every show, you'll see something to the side. But it takes you about an hour to figure out which buttons you got to press to get to it. The old one, you just say, and it brings you right there.
Yeah, the new one does it too.
And I just bought my wife like a 70-inch, whatever it is, 60-inch.
Oh, my God.
And,
It's beautiful.
oh, they're great. And
So crisp, clear.
keeps her quiet. That's all I know. But, I have Netflix. And what gets me, and I was thinking one night, I was looking for something to watch, and I couldn't find a movie. Now you have Netflix, Tubi, Prime. You have all of these stations. And I'm saying, I remember when I was in St. Peter's, it used to be, Thursday night movie? There was one movie a week. It was like Tuesday, whatever. And then they started adding a movie on each night. So there was and now, you turn on a station, you probably have 500 stations on your TV, and you can't find a movie. I can't find a movie.
Well, the nice thing about Netflix is you watch a movie with no commercials.
Yeah.
I get the commercials. It was like $19 for no commercials, $6 for commercials.
Okay.
So I went with the $6.
Well, I two opinions against one, so no commercials. That's what they said. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go with it.
Oh, God goes out of his mind to commercials.
Well, what I do is I will put the TV on pause. Go make my cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Go to
Yeah.
the bathroom. Now I come back and hit play. And they can skip a lot of the commercials.
Yeah.
Because I paused out the news.
With all these stations, all the old movies, they charge you. Now, I had Prime, and last month, every James Bond movie was on for nothing. Now, I like to watch the old Bond movies, the new
Yeah,
ones.
those are good.
Oh, they're great.
Goldfinger
But now,
on a digital TV set. It's amazing how underperforming they really did.
absolutely.
Goldfinger, when you watch it on a 2025 TV set, you go like, wow.
And but next month they'll be charging for them. And some of the old stupid movies you would see in the 70s that you saw at the drive-in, they want like $4.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They get you one way or another. Now Tubi's telling me to write a letter or call Comcast because we're going to lose Channel 5.
Oh, I know. I saw that.
Yeah,
Bizarre. I find the whole thing.
If Congress passes that the radio stations have to pay for music, it'll be interesting to see how they get around that one.
I thought they did.
Well, they're bitching at Congress about something, Marty.
Really? I know the old timers didn't because they used the albums and the singles, so you bought it anyway. But now everything's streaming, so.
Yeah. I don't know. Pandora does.
Yeah,
You pay for Pandora.
Yeah.
I don't. I get Pandora free, but you get commercials.
Right.
Same with iTunes.
Yeah. No, I use my Pandora for the housing authorities, the community room.
Sure.
And thank you to Joe O'Brien, who gave the housing authority the elderly a Christmas tree that's fabulous. They're so excited. They're going to have in fact, this morning, they're going to have, Linda's bringing in cider for them and all kinds of snacks, and
Well, that's
they're
nice.
going to decorate the tree. It's just so fabulous. So thank you, Joe. for the Christmas tree.
Why don't you get a,
This information comes from Google's AI. Yes, radio stations pay to play music, but primarily to songwriters and publishers, not typically to the recording artists for terrestrial radio play in the U.S. So they pay through licensing agreements with performance rights from BMI and ASCAP. They also pay performance royalties and online streaming. So I'm concerned, why are they down in front of Congress? I guess so the artists get paid? I guess, I don't know. So there's something stewing in Congress about it.
I was on the radio the other day, and I listen to classical when I'm driving. It's relaxing. There's no one screaming and yelling, and they're having their fundraisers. And I thought a couple of months ago during these No Kings protests were about the cuts, budget cuts to grants and everything else. And I called it a tweed parade. Everyone's in tweed. But I'll send them a check. And that's the way it should be. If you want to listen to these stations or watch these, send a check. The government doesn't have to be funneling money into them. And I noticed there was no more No Kings parades after the one of the national newscasters said it looked like the Alumni Lounge or the Senior Center when he went to it. I thought it was funny. But
Wow.
that's all about government grants and cutbacks and things like that. But I'll send the classical station a check
Yeah.
to keep them going because I enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, I think most of my car's all programmed anyway for what I like, so it's all in there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the texts are a little sluggish today, so I'll read this one. It says, "Good morning. I wonder how all the people in the media that were wearing Ukrainian pins feel you've been duped. Ukraine and Russia are both crooked countries. If you believe in Putin,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be. If you believe in the Ukraine guy, you shouldn't be."
I know I brought it up on the podcast with Teddy, and I don't know if I brought it up here. They were getting money from different countries, and Germany told them no more money until you end the corruption. It was only a little blurb in the paper. And during the next week, they took down, I don't know how many government officials over there on corruption in the Ukraine. It was just a little thing in the paper that Germany said, you're not getting any more money.
Well, that's
And
thugs.
sure enough, they started going after people over there for the corruption.
In Mexico, it's still blatant. They have a hat right out on the counter for money. They're still, you go into a cruise port, then if the Mexican mafia is there, they have their machine guns and all that good stuff.
Oh, you going on any cruises?
Not yet. Uniform personnel sitting there, inspecting everyone's bag, and there's a tip hat. And the tip hat is before inspection.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
So I just
never
take $10,
saw that.
put it in, and they just wave you by. Go ahead. I just don't want the hassle.
No.
Because I bought a bag there probably, it's got to be 30 years ago. On a cruise in Mexico, I bought this beautiful leather carrying bag. It's nice, it was cheap. And inside the bag was paper just to make it look like it was full. And I get up to the Mexican Gestapo that's outside the ship, and they wanted to look through my bag. I said, "Oh, I'm screwed." I thought there was something going to be in the bag, and they aimed the machine gun at me. My kids and my wife, they start crying because the Mexican authorities are going to put me in jail. It was scary.
Yeah.
There was nothing in the bag, thank God, but
Well,
I learned tip them. Just tip them.
I don't think I'd want to go
Not
to
worth
jail.
all the
people,
emotion.
these protesters should go overseas more often, travel more often. They'd have a rude awakening. in the real world.
Europe's been having a ton of protest over immigration.
Oh, yeah.
And the police over there treat them a little bit differently than they do here. But then again, you don't have government officials or city officials screaming brutality or these poor people are here and you're trying to get rid of them. And it's just what's happening here is actually going through Europe too with immigration. People have just had it. And we'll see what happens.
Well, they thought that people would assimilate, and they haven't. And
this is the only country where you can wave your flag and give your finger that they're exporting you out of the country.
Yeah.
It's just craziness that's going on. Got this going on. Mr. Lorrey, Channel 5 is the most dishonest media in the state. No, I think Channel 10's right up there, too. If you can't get them on your cable feed, that's a good thing. That's from Jen.
I have to agree with that, actually.
Yeah, some of the...
Very democratic. Channel 5.
But you know what? You don't have to watch it, and I don't. So, even, I try to go on various channels to see, but that one's really tough to swallow.
Yeah.
Usually. I don't know. I just can't wrap my head around some of the stuff. Let's be civil, and I'm hoping there's
Well,
going
the
to be a
people
change.
who cut the cable, my son Jack, he says, the thing I miss the most about cutting the cable is I miss the weathercast. He says, I miss my weather. But
They don't get the weather when you stream it?
you got to go directly to YouTube, then you go to Channel 5.
See, I would find that way too much work.
Nobody can talk to the thing.
But then but don't you end up with the same issue of price when you start adding? Now, I know you're not into sports.
How much is your cable bill? My cable bill is almost $400 a month.
Oh, my God.
How much?
Includes the cable, the phone, and all the other good stuff.
Yeah. Well, if you're talking about all your phones are wrapped
I
into
think
it.
it's $380. We have one phone that we don't answer.
But-
It's for the burglar alarm.
Oh, so you're not your cell. You don't have your cell phone.
Oh, we don't have no cells, no.
You just have Verizon for your cell?
We have cable, internet, we have cable TV, internet, and the landline.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out the bills for the housing authority, and I was amazed, just on one of the projects for the TV for the cameras and that type of thing, it's close to $300.
For every house.
Yeah.
And when you can go down to $100. Marty, now, did you cut the cable? You still get cable TV?
We have YouTube, but you have to pay Comcast for the computer.
But
for
no,
the
what I'm
internet.
saying, do you have cable TV?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So you can get 4, 5, 7, 11?
Right now, yeah.
Okay.
I very seldom watch them. If I want the weather, I look at my phone.
Yeah.
Really?
And the weather's on the phone, so I very seldom look at the local. And as the texter said, a lot of these are tainted. You look at these teams, and it's awful,
I agree.
And even the media, Trump is right, and I think that's where his appeal came, fake news. He was challenging him last night. I saw him giving a speech on the economy, and he said they're all sitting back there, and he's pointing at them. Look at all the fake news stations and blah, blah, blah. People just don't trust him anymore.
Well, their opinions. Let's watch Channel 5's opinion. And then the guy gets we're going to have the executive media response. So that's what your freaking news is every night. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what I love watching. I have to say, Channel 5, I watch the weather. I like the weather people on Channel 5. I can't even imagine not having the weather channel. So I guess I just find my son cut the cable, and he likes hockey and all of that is extra. So it
But it's
comes
still
out
less
to
than the $300 a month.
Yeah.
He's still paying less. And besides that, he can get rid of it.
But it's too much work. It would be too much work for me.
But it's their lifestyle. They'll sign up for something just to watch the baseball or the hockey, and when hockey season's over,
They cancel it.
they cancel it.
My wife just texted, we do not have Xfinity cable, Comcast cable, we stream YouTube TV and other services. So whatever streaming is, I can't keep up with all of this
Thanks,
stuff.
Lila.
Wow.
Yeah, my wife does all of this stuff.
Yeah,
You
I don't.
stream
Well, none
it,
of us
I-
have time. None of us have time.
Well, I have friends
Oh.
that watch the show in Florida on YouTube every morning. That's how they watch City Life.
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure how Beverly watches it, but she watches us in Connecticut.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we're on
good
YouTube.
morning, Beverly, if you're watching.
Or Facebook.
Yeah.
I read at night. I'm reading a book now on the Boston Mafia, and I'll sit down and read, and I'll say, what's her name? The little box there.
Siri?
Siri. Oh, nope. I forget her name. What is it? Anyway, I'll have them play WBZ at night, the talk show, Dan Ray, or I'll have them play smooth jazz and Ziggy. My wife changed the name to Ziggy. So it's a little box about this big, and Ziggy play WBZ, and Dan Ray comes on, and that's what I do while I read.
Wow.
I used to put it on TV for the music, but why pay for the TV and the screen and all the electricity when you get a little box this big?
Well, I hope they don't. I just find it, I work a lot. Ma's always, painting or doing something, and so I just don't have time. Don't have time to have to worry about that.
No.
By the time I settle down and watch something, if I'm going to watch the news, I want to be able to turn it on and watch the news. I don't want to have to.
I don't watch the
Think
nightly
too much.
news. That's as they do nothing but lie. I'm not going to say it's corrupt, but they lie, they mislead, and they have an agenda.
Yeah.
And they've been doing it for years, and Trump called them out on it, and but no one else would, because they're afraid of being attacked. Trump was being attacked anyway, so why not do it?
He seems to really be enjoying himself.
He's liking it.
He's really liking
yeah.
it, with the awards.
Well, he feels like Superman. The bullets can't get me.
Yeah. He's as you say, he calls everybody out. But on the other hand, I find him this term, calmer, kinder. I think that shot to the head really gave him a turnaround. He isn't. He's watching his tongue a little bit. Now I know some people can't stand anything he says, but if he only had a sense of humor, could we all just lighten up a little bit? And all of them. I just, I just want people to be able to laugh more, enjoy. Life is way too short to be so negative, you know.
And that's what it is now in the country. Everything's one side or the other. If Donald Trump cured cancer tomorrow, they'd be out there with signs. We have a right to have cancer. We have a right for this. We can die.
You're
if
in
we
the
want.
pocket of pharma. That's what they'd say.
As long as it comes out of Donald Trump's mouth, and they hate it.
But anybody in his cabinet as well. Nobody can do anything right. I don't understand when they're arresting criminals.
Right.
And they show the criminals. They know that. I know that there are people that picked up, and that's a whole different issue. But when they show the criminals and people are throwing rocks and stuff at them,
Well, the people
for
think-
getting rid of rapists, how do you wrap your head around that?
One
I
of
don't
the audience,
understand.
one of the audience complained to me that I didn't show City Hall just to make Tom Golden look bad. I was zoomed in on the tree because that's the only thing lit at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I zoomed in on the tree, and she says, "You hate Golden that much that you don't put his City Hall?" I said, "It's not lit." And she said, "I don't believe you." So there you go.
There it is.
Lucy, there you go, okay?
You're
Nice
as bad
wide
as Channel
shot for you.
5.
Is the clock still working?
Yeah, the clock works good.
That's good.
The clock's
There it
working,
is.
but
It
This
was
is-
lovely, that angle. I can see from where we're situated that your camera could possibly not cover the City Hall.
I was zooming in on the lit tree.
You have to go out in Tingsboro and see the lights. Lovely. They
Yeah,
do
beautiful,
a lovely job.
beautiful
They do a
job.
great job.
I love being the passenger in the car these days, looking out the window at people's decorations. They're fantastic.
They are this year. I think they're fantastic.
We go for a ride every year. We take my grandson and get hot chocolate and
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts, the little munchkins. We ride around and check out all the,
Well, driving through downtown, a lot of the downtown apartments, they decorate their window.
yeah.
Oh,
It's up on
really?
like the 10th floor, and you got a beautiful Christmas tree sparkling in the window. Really looks nice. You
I'll
can
have to,
imagine.
well, tomorrow I'll be going into the Worthing. Although I have been going into the galleries at the, as far as at the Whistler House. He's got some stuff in the Whistler House and the All Gallery. And the galleries are, anybody that's looking for unique presents, they're really coming alive, and they've got some very interesting stuff.
Well, this circle thing that he made, it's amazing how many people will stop and look at this piece of art that
Yeah.
I got from VAR.
It's, yeah, it's interesting. He's,
Art's interesting is true.
yeah, he's off on his own agenda so much, so to speak, but I enjoy it, and every morning I wake up and there's something pretty. I get new bracelets and I love them, and then the next day, of course, they're sold, but he's even down in Acton now, so the whole art group are a whole different group of people, too. It's a different mentality, and they really often don't seem to have any interest in the politics. They
Who's
just, and the art community.
Oh, they've been
living
all
in a different
over
world.
the media. They hate Trump because of the cutbacks in the arts.
Well,
They've been
they're
attacking
the
him
artists
left and right.
themselves, so you know,
Right.
well, there's the artists, and then there's the people that make money off the artists.
Right.
Totally
Right.
different group of people. The artists are sort of a different kind of take on things, so.
They've done well in Lowell. They have a couple places, and
There are over 600
Yeah.
of them in Lowell, and they're all pretty close.
Got two texts here.
Monopoly was supposed to be a board game. The game was to teach us how bad a monopoly really is. Would you consider these giant corporations, Comcast, a monopoly?
one's
Yeah.
going to end up down in Washington. That's
Page 2.
Disney and whoever they're buying.
Did the panel watch the state council meeting in regards to high school overages? If you're a resident of Lowell, you have a nice Xmas, it's Christmas tree, a nice Christmas present coming, and a tax increase.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we do.
I don't know what's going to happen there. I get a feeling, last night there was a motion in to hire a clerk of the works to,
We already have one, don't we?
no.
Well,
Actually, I didn't know.
What?
Eric Gitchia said that the assistant city manager was our clerk of the works. But he has more duties
Is that
than you
Sean?
can. Sean, yeah. So he's got all these other duties. So I don't see how he could effectively be a clerk of the works. Now, even when I was doing the radio back in 2018, I was saying they should have one. They had one at the high school when they put the addition on. They had a couple. I don't know what you would cost, but at least you have your own person.
Yeah.
I think this is probably going to end up in a lawsuit, and you have to wait till it's done and then try to find out if you can get some money back. That's my guess. You
Wow.
can't stop. You can't stop it. You're going to have to give the $40 million, but when it's done, that's when you would file a lawsuit.
And you say who? Who would file the
The
lawsuit?
city.
The city's got to go and find a construction lawyer. They
Right.
can't use their own lawyer.
No, you would find
Find a construction lawyer and sue the pants off them.
right that, and you have to wait till it's done. And
I'm
that's
with you, Marty. That's the way to do it.
and you probably get a forensic accountant to go in and do the same thing to look at the books. Now, on the other hand, you look at Lexington High School, that's being built. That's way over cost like Lowell. Construction in this state is right out of control, and I think that plays a large role in it too. So I don't know if it's the Times or the company.
No, in Tingsboro, the Tingsboro school came in under, and the Voc always comes in
Right.
under. So it isn't, it's
It's
the,
doable.
yes,
We
it
just
is.
don't doable in Lowell.
You gotta make them accountable. And-
Lexington's way over too, but they voted for the override, and that's a very wealthy town to begin with, you know? But If you think it's the contractor, okay, then you get a lawsuit. If you think it's the times, that's the way it goes, you know?
When is Colin coming in? I missed out.
I think he's next week.
Oh, good, because I know that there's all kinds of different rumblings about the fire
You guys
station.
had 2 fires.
Yeah, we had fires, yeah. Well, Danforth Road, you can't get to Danforth Road. You have to go through Dunstable to get to Danforth Road. So that's way out there.
Hey, Lynn, did you lock the door?
No, I
Okay,
just
good.
shut it.
Good. Okay, Kim's here.
I was wondering
Oh, good.
why you had to, when I saw it on Facebook, it was the Dunstable Fire Department that was putting the pictures up.
Yeah.
So they would have been the first ones
No,
there.
Tingsboro was the first.
Were they?
Tingsboro was the first. And then you had, of course, you had Nashua that comes in, because
Why don't they call Lowell? They don't like Lowell.
well, where it is,
Yeah,
it's on the New Hampshire line, pretty
Yeah.
much. In fact, when you come on the Spitbrook Road, and then you come down over towards the mall in Tingsboro, you actually see Danforth Road, but you can't get to it. It's the most amazing place.
Hey, Kim,
I remember when I did the census, I realized that. I knew people that lived in Danforth Road, but I just didn't know that you
No, Lynn,
couldn't
I
get
made a
there.
mistake. Colin's coming in January. He's coming January 14th.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna go get Kim because I'm gonna get that note I got from Top
Okay,
Dog.
we're gonna go to Breakland and we'll be
All
back.
right. Okey doke. I'll get a cup of
Where is
coffee.
our, okay, cool. You go
It
get
is
your
good to be back.
Aaron, get here.
Hey, Eric, I'll be with you in 1 second. Thanks.
Hey, Eric.
Hi, Eric.
Gotta get the right screen up here. Where is my screen? There they are. Put the music up. Morning.
you?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to City Life. I'm Linda Bown. I'm your host. I have just been joined by Kim, and we're so happy. I want to talk about, I have been here for a while, and I have a whole bunch of things I want to ask. And Marty Lorrey is on the other side of Kim. So, tell
A
me.
bunch of things.
Yeah, first of all, tell me about your meeting. What happened last night?
Oh, it was a pretty brief meeting last night. I mean, there were a few motions brought up by Councilor Robinson and Getchia, mostly. One about paying all the members of the city council, which is, I mean, it's a state law, so it would have to be something changed at the state level.
Okay.
But they want us to ask to have it changed, and I mean, it is the law, so it's kind of, like I said, in their ring, but, I mean, there's been times where, you could be on the charter school and get paid, but you can't be a school committee member and get paid, so
Yeah.
it's, a school employee and get paid. So there's some areas, I mean, we pushed it along, because I think everyone should get paid.
So did it pass?
So, it did pass, yep, unanimously.
Good.
I mean, just to explore what we can do. I think the only thing we could probably do is send a letter to the state asking them, to our legislators, asking them to change the law.
Well, actually, it's listening to
Well, how about
Marty
the
earlier.
city law?
It's an ethics.
How about the law that all city vehicles have to be marked with the city seal? We're gonna change that law anytime soon, because a lot of city vehicles are running around with no sticker on the door.
How do you know these things?
How do I know these
How would you
things?
know? I wouldn't know a car.
I have lunch at George's Delicatessen.
Ah.
You would catch a
And
law.
the city guys scoot up, hey, Johnny boy, how are you?
Yeah.
See, you got a new truck. Yeah, no sticker.
No, they don't.
Wow.
That's the city ordinance.
Post office don't have them either, the federal vehicles don't have them.
That's interesting. Really?
Yeah, we don't get stickers. We'd know when I was there.
There's a number on all the post office trucks.
Yeah, they get a number.
Yeah.
But a sticker itself, the past
No, I'm
inspection.
talking about, the brand spanking new
Decaling, he's
Ford
talking.
150 pickup trucks are running around, owned
Oh,
by the
really?
city
They
of
don't have
Lowell,
the blue.
no
blue,
seal,
Oh, wow.
and it's in the charter.
It's
So-
in the charter?
Yeah. All city vehicles have to be marked.
But they're
So
not.
I'll let Kim
Okay.
get back to her story about
Okay.
going with
I've
the
never
law.
seen them like that, but,
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had a meeting with, so that, what, other than that?
Zoning, we referred that to a subcommittee. They're gonna do a full zoning review, which is something definitely to watch out for those that have concerns over, parking and density.
You
So-
should have an interest there.
Yeah, I definitely have an interest there, so that we referred that for a subcommittee for a lot more discussion. So this was just the starting point. They had a consultant that came in, they did a review of how many variances were given out across all the, across the whole city. And then they kind of used that data, which is something I really don't agree with, how many variances were given out, say, in Back Central. So, we allowed building construction to be, 3,000 square feet instead of 7,000 square feet. So now we should go to 3,000 across the board to make them all conforming, which I don't really think is fair, because if you've watched the meetings through the years, you can see certain neighborhoods have people that show up in force, and
Yeah.
then the projects get rejected. So those neighborhoods now, their zoning won't be amended for the smaller lot sizes.
Yeah.
Which I think goes against, there's a reason for zoning to stop density too in
Yes.
districts.
Right.
And
Anything
spot
on
zoning.
Parking, we still don't
That's
have to have a parking spot, do we?
Not in this district.
Oh.
For the MBTA district.
You guys aren't gonna,
Okay.
you guys aren't gonna change that either, what I'm
Well,
told
we're
from
doing a full
administration.
zoning review, so we'll see what happens.
Oh,
So that hasn't
okay.
been done since 2003.
There's hope, but the administration tells me it's never gonna happen. We need the revenue, we need the money. We don't care, there's no parking.
Well, closer to the garages, I don't think it's an issue. I've talked to you before about this. I think Heinz Tavern ends up being the furthest point. Of course, it's the first one that comes through the project, but it's the furthest point of the district from the garages. And
It's going up to, as we speak.
Really?
When it comes
Yep.
to the zoning, there was an interesting article, and I didn't get to read the whole thing. I want to go back. South Boston used to be families and things like that. And how when the city changed and they zoned it for the condos, and all these people who lived there their whole life who afford it, the rents are now gone because they came in with $1 million condos and redid the whole thing. Be interesting to see what Lowell does.
it will be. You know, I think there'll be some compromise, but you know, it's kind of hard. You know, my mother lives in Tewksbury, and they're trying to build 2 houses across from her, and it's not large enough for 2 houses, and it's a massive lot. I mean, it's like 2-acre lot requirements for
Wow.
building.
Okay.
And here we are, you know, trying to squeeze more in and more in, and I don't want to say I'm resentful of that a little bit, but I'm kind of saying, you know, why can't we have parking and, you know?
Right.
Right.
So, and that's the district I represent.
Well, I was
there's
just gonna say that,
Major parking
yeah.
issues in Back Central, and
Oh, they have the worst. They had their own, at least when I was on, their own parking restrictions. But when I grew up here, no one had a car. Well, very few.
Yeah.
Where I was on Floyd Street, there was about 6 cars. Now, a lot of the single families became 2 families. Everyone has 2 cars, and it's cramped.
yeah, I hear the stories when I walk through Back Central about the people that have lived here for many years and how they walked to Prince Macaroni. That's,
Oh,
you know,
I used to
they
give
didn't
the
have
tours.
a car. They didn't
Yeah,
have
they-
a car. That's what they did.
They
it was a
walked to
walking
Jackson
neighborhood.
Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, they walked everywhere.
That's not the case anymore. So
Well, even in
We're-
the towns,
hopefully
we
we bring some
want.
jobs in and we can get back there, but
We were talking about the issue you were having with Marky up there and the old Prince Macaroni. And I said, well, Prince had a lot of the same things, but 80% of their employees lived in the neighborhood and they walked, so no one complained. You know, whatever was going on went on. But that was their jobs, and now it's different.
What's happening there with the sound and the,
nothing right now.
no?
Nothing right now. We're in a
Nothing?
holding pattern right now on them, so.
And what about the front runner? Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
got 3 texts here. Speaking of going over budget, how's the Rourke Bridge coming? Will that be Lowell's big dig? That's from Bart.
That would be the state's big dig.
Hey, Bart, let me tell you, in 2014, I was on NEMCOG, and even then, they said the bridge wouldn't be done until 27, 28. And I used to laugh on the radio because I'm hearing, we need it now, we need it. Yeah, you do, but there's 350 bridges across the state that aren't safe. Back then, it was $68 million to build the Rourke Bridge in 2014. Now what is it? It's
Sky's the limit. Going on
Yep.
to the next text, Market Basket has built a bunch of new stores in the last 10 years. I bet they're pretty close to budget on time. Has the public forgot about a project called the Big Dig? And the last one is about, if you look real quick, Marty looks like he's wearing a menorah.
Oh, with it in front of you?
Oh, there we go.
Hi, that's cute.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, I'll get it out of there too for now.
It's coming Saturday.
So tell me about the front runner. Where are you?
Front runner.
Hey,
So Front Runner has a few projects seeking funding through them right now, so hopefully we'll have some news on those at some point in the
Really?
near future.
Good.
So
That would be
Moving
nice
forward.
if that came to
Yeah, it
fruition,
would.
wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
It would be a nice shop, yeah. I hope for the city's sake. And y'all have worked pretty hard.
There's fun. I mean, the projects are on hold because of funding, obviously because of how high the prices are right now. So this is an avenue forward that we're hoping comes to fruition.
Well, we'll see what the Fed does.
So Kim, when you came in, I asked you about vote for mayor,
Mhm.
and the Facebook audience, they don't go away, but so how are you feeling about the mayor, what are going forward, and who's been in touch with you? And if you can't say, I respect that.
No, that's fine. So Dan Rourke is the only one that's been in touch with me, and I plan on supporting Dan.
Okay.
I think he's done a very good job running the meetings.
Nobody else has been in touch with you?
No, no one else has.
You know, it's interesting. I think that you're right. He runs a great meeting, and this whole
Very
front runner, he has really worked. He spearheaded it. He's jumped around. He's done.
That's the only reason I'm letting front runner go. I like Danny, I trust Danny, so I'm
Yeah,
letting
I mean,
the front runner thing go. I know.
He's trying, right? I mean, we're trying to get some action going in the city, and this is.
Yeah.
You got to give the
Yeah,
city
but
manager
so-
some credit here, though. In Lowell, the city, the mayor, and Danny, I think, has been the best mayor I've seen.
Yeah, he's a great parliamentarian. Like he runs a great meeting.
Well, just
So,
outwardly
Yeah.
with the front runner. Now, I think many other city managers, if the mayor came forward and said, look, this is what I found, they'd say, oh, thank you for the information, and send it to TPD. They would not let the mayor take the reins. In the structure of the city government, he's not responsible. That's not his position. But Tommy Golden has given him some reins, and I think Danny's done a good job with it. I mean, that's my own personal
Well, if you would think back to the Bernie Lynch days, Marty, when Bernie Lynch would take the microphone and get chastised for it.
Yeah.
Because that's the mayor's job.
Yeah. Well, that
Yeah.
always happens, you know. Back in one time, the city managers didn't show up for ground openings. If they did, the mayor or the city councils would take the center stage, and then another point, city manager started. And
Well, Bernie got called down on it, and now they say it's just a matter of, if whoever's there should be able to speak,
Yeah.
and speak about the issue. I don't have a problem with, but who takes the lead should be the highest elected official in the room.
it's usually, and that's basically
People chose that person. That's my opinion.
Yeah, the way the city structure is the city manager runs the departments. He's like the chief officer in the city, CEO, and the mayor has always been ceremonial. But I think the manager's done a good job with Danny, allowing him to go out and do these things instead of saying, hey, this is our responsibility, it's going to DPD or an assistant city manager. So I give Tommy some credit with that, too.
I don't give Tommy a lot of credit.
I know you
He's been
don't.
3 years on a learning
When Marty
curve.
said that, I know.
3 years on a learning curve, and I just let you guys talk. Thank you.
No, I give the manager a lot of credit on that one.
And again, I don't. Thank you.
So, Kim, let's talk about the high school. I know, nobody wants to talk about
No
it.
one wants to talk
What
about
a-
this.
what a
Yeah.
dis- what
What a
is
mess.
what's gonna happen there? Is that, well, we know, you're just gonna, but it's just an unfortunate,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure honestly what's gonna happen
Where you
right
going
now
with
at this
that?
point, so.
and I don't understand why, which I was talking earlier that Tingsboro built the high school, the Voc does add additions and they always come under, and I don't know why that, but he says Lexington's doing the same thing, so
600 million. Yeah.
Lexington's way over. If you Google,
but how does
What
that
are they
happen?
putting in there, though? It's Lexington. What are they
It's-
putting in there? What
it's-
are they doing for science labs, and what are they doing for,
Yeah.
swimming pool, or
oh,
like, I don't know.
they
it's-
have that, but, you know, the thing is, if you look around the state, schools being built, they're all over budget. And I'm not in the building trades, but I've talked to a couple of the architects, and they said right now, in Massachusetts, the building, it's out of control. The cost is so high.
But then why does Tingsboro and the Voc come in under
When
budget?
was it?
That was a long time ago.
Recently.
I just
mean,
said,
in Tingsboro, they just opened it this
in
season.
2014, the Rourke Bridge was $68
I
million.
know, but why
What
is
it now?
Okay, then why
It's-
is it that we can do it in,
What did Tingsboro do? Did they remodel?
no, they built a new school.
They put a new school. But you have 5 or 6 people on
You know,
the board
it's
who
just-
work in the trades. That's a big difference. There's no one in Lowell that works in the trades. And look at the first, they came up with a high school committee. And,
That never met.
well, the only one that I can think of who was in the trades was Mr. Haley.
Yeah.
He was in it. And
Definitely.
other than that, there was no one else involved in the trades. And he's very good, too.
But why
And,
is that?
I don't know.
I'm just wondering, I don't know why, like the Voc, I love when the Voc comes into conservation. They always do, they go by the law, they research, the people that they hire are very efficient and very effective when they come in. They answer all the questions, they meet the requirements that whatever committee is asking them. And I remember Hillary, when she was on the school, they met like every month. So,
Yeah.
it's an interesting thing that they did come in under budget and,
I think Lowell made a mistake when this first started, and I was on the radio. They should have a clerk of the works. Now, he can't
I thought
go
they
down
did
there.
though.
We
Last
hired
night,
one of
Eric
our
Gitchie
friends.
said it was the assistant city manager,
Assistant city manager.
one of his jobs. But a
Well, he
project
came
that
in
size,
after, but wait a minute.
Well, we have an
He-
OPM that's supposed to be
Yeah,
watching out.
What's
Yeah.
the
You
you should have
OPM?
your
Right.
own, that the state mandated you hire.
Yeah,
What's
they
the
Okay.
mandated, but it's our OPM. I mean,
And
it's
the
our
biggest-
project manager.
Again, what's the OPM?
What is the owner's project manager? Is that what you said?
And
Does
what
he work for the city?
And when you
He
say
works for the
that, what do
city.
you mean?
What do I mean? He runs the project for our interest, the city's interest.
okay.
So we
you-
already have a
he works
clerk of
for
the
the
works, this office of the
Isn't that what he is?
program manager?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's what
And
his
it's
job is.
another tale of, sadly, we
Now,
hired one of our friends to do the job.
Does he come in and tell anybody what's going on, or
Yeah,
does
he
he
meets
report
with
to
the
the
school
school?
building committee
Okay,
and
So-
with the assistant city manager. They're constantly in.
But the high school committee can't vote for any appropriations. You vote for the appropriations, so he should be answering to the city manager and the city council. I mean, it's nice to have all these committees, and it's nice to sit on them, but outside of that, they don't have any power. They can't say, we're gonna add a swimming pool. You have to go to the city council to approve the
Morning,
money.
Jack.
So
But
that's
they are approving the money within the
Sit right next
contingency
to
fund.
Linda.
within the
change
contingency
orders, yeah,
fund, but for
correct.
And you
added
just throw those
money.
on the couch.
Now, you just had $40 million, it lost, they're gonna have to give them the money, and, I think this will be settled afterwards.
The issue is, like Eric was saying last night, is the number of design issues on the project is really of concern that the owner's project
gonna bring the
manager wasn't
calendar
aware
with
of them.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, I mean, is this a change that should have happened 2 years ago? Maybe.
Eric knows more about construction than I do, so I
Yeah.
was listening to him, and he was very interesting.
I mean, the floor, you know how much water went underneath that floor in the high school. We all do. I mean, we
Yeah.
saw videos of the water bubbling up through the floor over and over again.
Yeah, I'm gonna slow things
So-
down for a second. My son Jack is
Sure.
here.
hello,
So,
Jack.
Hi, Jack.
Ah.
Jack, tell us what you want us to know about this.
So, obviously, most people probably know that I work at the funeral home, at the funeral homes that we have, McDonough's and
Jack's the boss.
Tewksbury and Mahoney Funeral Home. And over the years, we try to come up with things to, give away to people. And a lot of businesses do that, like notebooks, I don't know, Dad, there's a million things we've done over the years. And one of the things we've probably 10 years now we've done is these big calendars, door calendars, or closet wall calendars, whatever you want to call them, but they're these big calendars that you put, a lot of people put them on like the back of a basement door or wherever.
You can read it from across the room.
They're big. In a digital world, I don't think a lot of people have things like this. And
No.
It's kind of
No.
hard to
I
find,
love that.
things like this. And a lot of people put their appointments on it or just have it on the wall so they can quickly know the date from across the room. And so, yeah, we have them. This is what they look like before you unfold them. We have them at all 3 funeral homes starting now. And this is by far our most popular thing that we do.
I love them,
That's
To
a
me-
great, because
yeah.
particularly as you get older, you have to write everything down.
and I like the nice big numbers as I
Yeah.
get older.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm younger, and we use it every day. I mean, we put it on our door, and every single day, it's what day is this, and we look right on here. Rather than our phone, we look to this if we're home. And I don't know what made you think of it years ago to come up with this, but it's been one that, this is the one that around this time of year, we've had 3 or 4 people stop by the funeral home. Any calendars yet? Call up all the time, so this is the official first.
So if you want to get a calendar, how do we get a calendar, Jack?
So you can stop by McDonough Funeral Home anytime. We'll have them right on the ramp where you walk in. There's a
Side door
rampway.
by the parking lot.
Exactly, on the side door. You walk right in there. I just put 20 of them out there, so right now there's 20 of them. We'll keep replenishing it. You can reach out to us on Facebook, or if you want to call us, and we can bring them wherever.
Where do we get them at Mahoney's?
At Mahoney's, I don't know yet if we'll have them there. Today's probably not a great day for that over there.
So if it's a dry day, then we put them out on the umbrella
Sometimes we
stand.
put them outside. They'll be easy to find if you come to McDonough's, Mahoney's, or Tewksbury. We're not shy. We're not hard to find. So if you're there and you can't find one, ring the doorbell. Give us a call.
Or if you go to a wake or a funeral, you can grab it.
Yeah, that's another thing too. When we have something going on, we do put them out for people to grab when they're there, because no one ever wants to go to a funeral or a wake, but when they're there, I mean, if you can, grab one of these, and yeah, they're helpful, so we're happy to do it.
Thank you, I'll grab some.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've
no,
got
I,
a
I'll
bunch
definitely
over there
bring
for
them
you
to
guys, so-
the
Thank
to the
you.
housing,
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
so.
Thanks, Jack.
We all can see it.
Appreciate
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks for
Thanks,
coming
guys. Happy
by.
holidays, Merry Christmas,
too.
all that good stuff.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. So talk about what's happening good in the city.
It's happening. Good. Well, you just mentioned a few things. The front runner, not the high school. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Not
trying to
the
get
high
away
school.
from that for you.
I feel bad for the council in the
Love it.
city with
See ya.
the high school, because like I say, I'll Google projects around the state and they're all over. And when I look at the cost of the Rourke Bridge now compared to 2014, I don't know if there's been something wrong, I don't know. But,
Of course, there's something.
Well,
Can-
everything
can-
is over. I mean, that's why we received the additional funding from the MSBA with the
Right.
cost overruns during, COVID and
steel
everything
is
went
right
up.
through the roof.
But then these are, these other issues, like I said, they came in front of us. Obviously, you're aware I was the supporter of building a new high school, not remodeling. And they came in front of the council and they said that the asbestos is gone from the building. Can we say it's all gone? No, but the asbestos was abated, they said. And the auditorium's 80% hot with asbestos. I mean, it was a massive undertaking and an extreme cost
Yeah.
addition. So, I mean, things like this, this is why this project is so far over. And, we'll have to explore our avenues once this is completed.
Yeah.
You can't say it, I will. It'll let the project, give them the 40 million, and then seek legal afterwards, once
That's
it's
an
done.
option that could
But the
happen.
city doesn't win those.
But it needs to happen. The high school needs to be finished right now.
Oh, it
yes,
That's why
it
I
ha-
did vote yes.
No question
I don't
about
think, I mean,
that.
they can come back now and say, oh, we'll cut this, we'll cut that. They'll be back again, I think, it's.
I do too.
Pretty frustrating for you.
Yeah, it is frustrating.
No.
It is. So, good stuff. I mean, all the holiday happenings. I mean, Lowell's the most generous city there is. I
Yes.
really believe that. I mean, people come out, someone's in need and people come out in droves for them. So you just have the Salvation Army event. We have the Pints for Kids, this Salvation Army, Sun Santa this Saturday, the Old Courts. There's just so many happenings happening, and that's what I love about this city.
Well, I appeal to everybody. I mean, I love it. I love every supermarket. I love seeing the kettles. I can't walk by a kettle. I just cannot walk by a kettle. And
Yeah,
because
but
they do
everything.
wonderful things.
Even in the schools, you have the social workers, getting gifts, the teachers buying gifts for the kids. I mean, we just don't leave people behind in Lowell, I feel
Yeah.
like.
I
I'm
gotta
gonna
call
blow
it.
through these texts real quick. What can the city do to keep the Professional Women's Hockey League in Lowell?
Well, I don't think we could
Page
do
2.
anything, could we? That's-
For all the
they
people
want a
who went
bigger
against-
spotlight.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, actually.
For all the people who went against the new high school at the College Stadium area, how do you feel now? It's like, go play last week's lottery number, see how lucky that is.
Yeah.
The taxes have gone up. Downtown is still empty. Homeless people all over the place, horrible roads. The manager is not doing a good job.
They have paved more roads in the last few years than they've done in the last 30 years, I would say. So,
The taxes have gone up, the downtown, that's the same text.
yeah. And
So
taxes
that's
are gonna keep going up. The high school project alone is 1.6% of your tax increase that the residents voted
Yeah,
for.
I said that, Ralph.
Yeah.
I said
Mr.
that.
Hogan said the Vogue project was on budget.
Yes,
Yeah.
they
That's
always
the last
are.
of the group.
I
They
love
go
working
over
with the
here.
But
vote.
again, they had a group where actually the people on the board were overseeing it, and they all had some type of construction, whatever, electrical, plumbing experience. And I think that really made a difference. Plus, it was their finger on it all the time. I mean, they were on top of it.
There were, I can't think of who they were right now, but there were some members added in like, a little later into the project that had more experience with construction. I can't think right
Oh,
now
and
who
the-
they were,
I'm
Lowell.
not sure.
than the original.
But you look at Lee Gitchie, Lee's an electrician. Curtis LeMay, he's still a card-carrying member of the laborers union, the carpenters union.
Tradesmen's to begin with at the
Right, and
school. Yeah.
I thought that made a huge difference. I could be wrong, that was just my opinion.
Well,
That's
I
what
think,
you have the
yeah.
munis project manager for. I mean, that's
Yeah.
supposed
That's
to be
right.
their role to.
Ralph Hogan,
Oversee.
I think Ralph was on the board out there at the
Yeah,
time.
he still is.
Yeah,
I'm interested in what you say about the one that is overseeing and what they've told him, and that's sort of concerning, isn't it?
Yeah.
That could happen.
Oh, and it was a shock last week, and I mean, I think you saw that in the meeting. There was
Yeah.
a lot of contention, but over the floor, we've been waiting to hear about the 18, what is it, Marty? I call it Coburn Hall.
18, 20.
They call it a different name,
yeah.
but 1822, I think it is, but Coburn Hall. They've been waiting to hear about the floor in that building. We knew, we had a feeling, I mean, when they did the first building and the floor was collapsing underneath them while they were driving across it, that it was going to be the same. I mean, it's all along the canal that the water was rushing in. So, and we found out during last week that they did do the testing back in July. And none of us had heard about it. And they knew we were waiting to hear that,
Yeah.
so.
Now, I went to high school there in '74, and we used that building. I never saw water. But someone asked me, how high was the canal when they did the testing? I don't know.
Yeah.
I would think
they
the
only did
canals
one
are
bore.
lower.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was, and they're saying that's protocol. Well, if that's the protocol, then we have some things that need to be changed if that's
Yeah.
if that's all they have to say as far as, we're talking about legal ramifications, whatever. If they
If
say
that's
that
what
they
the
did
state
what they're
says.
required, then that's what they required, so.
They came into that with the ladies' room at the gyms. They have, 4 stalls?
Yeah,
5?
yeah.
And
A
I asked,
line out the door trying to get,
I asked a couple of architects, and I says, is that right? And they said, well, where's the ladies' room? I said, in the locker room. And they said, it's probably 4 stalls. They said, because how many girls are on a team? 12? If you put it in the hallway, now you need more. But in the locker rooms, how many people on the team? And that was the idea, they said, behind the state going with 4, whatever it was. You're not supposed to have the general public in the locker room.
but there was
at
so
that
many
time.
things that they came in and they modified from the state standards, though, because of the size of the student population, and I'm not sure that they did it. If that was the requirement, that might have been the minimum requirement, but we needed to look
Yeah.
at what was the real use of the building, and I think that was missed sometimes.
I remember years ago, I was at the auditorium at the high school for an event, and I was sitting with the late Grady Mulligan, who was the city councilor in the city. And Grady was in the arts and things like that at the school, and he said to me, do you see, I forget how many millions of dollars they put into the auditorium then. He says, do you see the money? And I said, I don't. I forget how much money they put in for the renovations. And Grady says, I don't see the money here now. So you don't know.
They did.
Wow. Okay.
What else going on?
Let's press on.
Let's press on.
Let's
yeah.
press on about the parking in South Lowell. I know you have issues back central.
More so back central, yeah.
Yeah.
Some, South Lowell too, but, around Gorham Street, around that area's type of parking, but it's been really quiet, honestly, right now in my district. I don't know if it's just knock on wood, I guess Christmas, maybe the season, everyone's really busy and,
Yeah.
but it's been pretty quiet. We opened the Lincoln Street Playground a few weeks ago, still waiting on the Gorham, the Shaughnessy, a few punch list items. They can't approve the whole thing until everything is completely done, so waiting on that to happen. Other than that,
You must be
Yeah.
pleased. Your district is doing well.
yeah, I
Are they
think so.
going to do anything with the old Manning Field?
Not-
There was
nothing
talk,
right
Lowell
now.
Catholic had a group, and they were going to take it over and
Yeah.
build, but that was 12 years ago, and it
No.
just seems to have gone by the wayside over there.
Yeah,
It's a nice
nothing right now.
park.
It is, and it's used for softball.
Yeah.
Little Catholics still use it for softball. To my knowledge, my girls played over there, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that in your district?
that's in my district, yeah.
Trying to think. Oh,
They complain about Wayne's.
I have
did-
over to Chelmsford Street.
Her district, I think, is worse than Wayne Janessa's.
It's
You
big.
know,
pretty
it's big. It's
So-
really big.
well,
It
with
shifted.
multiple in
shifted
there it
from
is.
South Lowell into part of the Highlands, a few years back during the state redistricting.
Yeah.
So it's a big district. A lot of industrial uses, which I'm sure we're going to see more of that coming forward too right now. So
That'll be an interesting thing for you. Deal with that. I'm always
we always
interested.
already deal with that with Markley. Like you
Yeah.
said, so.
Well, that was
Yeah.
that was like a baptism of fire.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that still. So
Yeah,
they'll be back, I'm sure.
Well, I know, but then it's interesting that, I give you credit for this, because I think you have motivated your district and the people within your district to become, because you're out there talking to them, and so they're responding.
Yeah.
And that helps you. I mean, when you're sitting on the council and nobody has your back,
Well, Marty knows you have a neighborhood meeting, you can have 6, 7 people show up, but then, an issue comes up in the city and you can have 40, 50 people show up, so it really, when it affects you in your backyard, then it's a
But-
little different.
I always think of South Lowell, that till you came as a councilor, that it didn't get the attention. It just didn't see.
Well, the
People
districts
talk
in
about
general,
the
I mean,
town
look at
hall.
Centerville, the same
They
thing
talk
at
about the
Centerville.
town hall. They talk about Belvedere. They talk about the obvious things. But South Lowell, you brought it to light, and it's worked. You've gotten your parks done.
And there's a lot of people that have lived there for generations.
Yes.
That are still there.
Oh,
so,
I
same with
find
Back
The
Central.
best part of the city to live in is South Lowell beyond the highway. people don't even know exist. Yeah,
My
we're
neighborhood,
yeah,
yeah.
where you are.
Yeah.
All those streets, no one even knows it exists out there. It was
It's a lot of
always the
traffic, though. It's
quietest.
a lot of traffic, and it's changed over the last 10 years since the
Oh,
Home
well,
Depot went in. It's been
When Raytheon was out there, that
well,
was
similar
even
to
more.
similar to that right now.
Yeah.
The tractor trailers are just nonstop right now. So,
But
Really?
as far as
it's
living,
changed a lot.
Is it a
beautiful
cut-through?
neighborhood.
It's the Home Depot opened, the Expo Center,
Right.
the old
Okay.
Raytheon,
Yeah,
and there's a lot of traffic from that.
Yeah.
wow.
So a lot more than I think they said there was going to be.
Well, always it's more than they say it's.
It's hard to get out of your street in the morning.
And the
Won't
Grove,
get the permits if they do what they
and you know,
do.
this week, one of the people who did serve from the Grove, George O'Hare, passed away.
Yeah.
Condolences to his family. But they've had counselors there over the years. They had Brendan Fleming, Billy Martin lived there. George was on the school
Originally,
committee.
I mean,
Yeah,
originally,
Martin.
not when they were serving. Yeah, there hasn't been too many that served from the district.
I think Billy was living there when he served
Oh,
originally.
okay.
Yeah, and
Patrick Murphy.
Oh,
yeah.
In South Lowell.
yeah,
He rented a place on Ellsworth Street. Yeah.
Interesting.
I know that. I'm not going
I'm
there.
not going there either.
But yeah, Patrick Murphy. He was from his
Yeah.
grandfather was the city council when they had neighborhood representation from back central. They lived on Lion Street. His father used to babysit my older sisters. Growing up, they were one street over.
So coming from the audience, are there any other buildings leaking that are close to the canals throughout the city? I don't know.
Interesting.
know.
That's interesting.
At the College Stadium site, they had never addressed the flooding problem they are addressing over there now. There would have been overages over there as well, under budget, on time. I don't want to talk about College anymore personally,
Yeah,
so.
I don't either. It's
Turn
tough
the
deal.
page.
It's all
It's
over.
not-
It's
Yeah.
all over.
So.
No, I think the city's right now doing okay. There's a lot of hope for the future. Front runner are the links over at the university.
That's a wonderful project, isn't it?
Oh,
It really is.
the sad part is, I think at this point, this goes back about 5 years on the radio, Marty Meehan's done more for the city than anyone, including Paul Songus at this point. He's had a more direct impact in the city. And nothing's ever been named for Marty, not that he wants one.
What are you saying? What did he do for the city?
Look at the growth at the university. That was one of the top 20 colleges in the country
Yeah,
when
but I
Marty
don't
was
know if
there.
that helped the city per se.
No, I think the
took
university.
over-
I think
itself
it's
the
helped
It
a
city.
took
lot.
over a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
think the
business
university's
property
good
that
for
was
the
tax
city.
property.
Marty came in and
Never
he
did get the bridge right. Never
He-
got it fixed.
He took the M2D2, which is the research, and they went down to Canal Street, but that grew under Marty. That was never done. Marty put more money into the sciences, engineering and things like that, which has helped the city. They're the city's largest employer. And I
Yeah.
used to laugh because
It
people
used to
would
be
say
the
to me,
hospital.
what's that?
It used to be the hospital.
Oh, no,
Yeah, I
it's
think there's
university.
a lot of people that live in the city.
More
that
people work for UMass Lowell than the city of Lowell?
What's that?
You're saying more people work for UMass Lowell than the city of Lowell?
UMass Lowell has a huge number of employees. Huge.
City of Lowell has a huge number of employees too.
No,
I
they're
don't think
dwarfed
university,
compared to
yeah.
the university. And
So many people, and then they also, graduate from there and stay here and buy homes and, kind of invest in the city. So I think we get a lot of people like that too.
On Marty takes care of himself first.
if it wasn't for Marty, you wouldn't be talking about the links right now. You would not even be talking about the links. What Marty's put together, it's like a cobblestone. It's one step at a time. And he's done a phenomenal job for the city. And I know a lot of people don't like it. They don't like the growth of the city. And I used to always say, well, if you don't like it, go down to Boston and say, get rid of the university. And you'd have every state rep and state senator trying to get it for their district. That's how important they are for the city. They've
I
done
agree
quite
with
a
you. I
bit.
think the university gets a bad rap as far as some people from, I know they're not taxable, they take taxable property off the rolls, I understand that, but I think they bring a lot to the
Not
city
many.
value, so.
They took the hotel, which was going under.
Best place
They
to
were
get a
old
job.
money in
St.
taxes.
Joseph's Hospital.
St.
That
Joseph-
I'm not so thrilled with, we won't talk about that one.
St. Joseph's never paid taxes as a hospital.
But they,
Then they got sold, and they were paying taxes, and they were behind. They were way behind in taxes. So he took that, and what was there is a hospital, and you look at what's there now. And what people don't consider is the university pays for water and sewerage, and they pay taxes on all the food and services there that they do. They've actually meant a lot for the
Like
city.
the private businesses.
Oh, okay.
Well, the
that
university
offer-
also
Yeah.
lied to the city of Lowell when they said they won't be buying any more properties, and they just bought that auto store.
Which one? Yeah, that's in there. What you got to look at over there, John,
I'm just
is
saying you can't trust what comes out of Marty's mouth, because this week he says this, next week he'll say that.
no, that is part of their campus, the East Campus. That's where they are, and they have a huge footprint there. And now with the Link program, they probably want those properties as part of the Link program.
But he
That's going to
said-
be huge over there.
But he said he wouldn't buy any more.
I don't remember him
properties.
saying that.
I remember him promising the
And-
current city manager that.
I don't know. I don't remember us hearing that.
And I bet you,
But
well,
I'll-
the
I'll
Golden
say
Man's not gonna
this.
say nothing, because that's where we get our big jobs from UMass.
That's where the
Maybe
East
it's for not
Campus
for
is.
taxable, maybe. I mean, this would be taxable property.
Hey, it's
for
an
the
empty
project.
building now, and it's not going anywhere. And with the Links program coming in, they'll target that property as part of the Links. You know?
Right, but I'm saying maybe it's going to be used for taxable property.
Could
Maybe
be, yeah.
that's- You know, maybe that's what he's saying, is that we're not gonna bring more, take more for like dorms or whatever, you know?
Well, the one they got with the switch for the arena was that the old post office lot. And
Next to it.
Marty signed off at the time. First of all, they're responsible for cleanup, any environmental cleanup. Two, they won't put anything there unless it's a tax-paying property. So it won't be a dorm. So whatever goes there in that parking lot will be paying taxes. But when,
And it's not just UMass Lowell, I mean, the University of Boston, UMass Boston, UMass Amherst, he's just got stuff going all over the place.
all over.
You know, my daughter was interested in UMass Boston, but the lack of talent, you know, they don't guarantee dorms, and he's working on that. Let me tell you, he's got private public partnerships he's doing all around it with dorms.
When Trump got elected, everyone in Massachusetts was crying, oh, you know, Donald Trump and this and that in Massachusetts. Marty was on the phone with all his former colleagues looking for money. And he does it, and he does it well. I don't think anyone,
Oh, I'll give him credit. He got a bridge built in 5 seconds, and you
No,
still
he
can't get
didn't.
the block. That bridge from,
it did not. The state reps and the state senators and state
taxpayers
reps
paid
had
for
that,
that.
excuse me, John, they had the money for that bridge before Marty came in.
well, they
Now-
had the money for the Rock Bridge, too. Come on.
No, they never got the money
Oh.
for the Rourke Bridge. They
We've
got
been
money for
promised
studies.
When it went in as a temporary.
They never got money for the Rourke Bridge. What they got money for was studies, environmental, traffic. I was on the board. They never got the money for the bridge. That bridge was under plans prior to Marty coming in. John Cox was the city manager. You had the 3 state reps, and Pangy was the state senator. That's who got the money for that
5
bridge.
seconds it got
And
built.
that bridge-
And then, so you're telling me all of the state reps and everybody was only interested in the UMass Lowell Bridge,
No,
and they
no.
weren't interested in the Rock
Marty,
Bridge.
what I'm
Nobody's
saying
been
is,
able to get the bloody
Marty
Rock
did
Bridge
not-
done. Oh, come
Marty-
on.
I'm saying Marty did not get that bridge. That bridge was there
Okay.
before Marty
It just-
came in.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
had the
Yes,
university
John.
bridge.
John,
Oh,
yes, John.
okay. This comes up in the
John
city.
wants to talk. Could you just excuse
No,
me?
I was waiting for Marty to get done. You all
Oh,
set?
good.
Okay.
Yes, John.
Marty is the big job giver. We kiss his ring, kiss his behind. Notice Marty doesn't sit down a lot. He has blisters on his behind because Marty has all the jobs. I've sat with Marty one-on-one, and he's told me 20 years ago, it's all about jobs, John. How many jobs? That's what's important, jobs. And in Lowell, UMass Lowell job, I'll take it. Would you take a job over there, Marty?
Me?
Yes.
No. I
How
don't
about
want to
you,
work
Kim?
for
Would
the
you
state.
take a nice job at UMass Lowell?
No, I have a nice job.
Okay. How about you, Linda?
I'm all set.
I'll take a nice job with that big fat pension any day of the week.
Gotta work a lot of years for that big fat pension.
So, it is. It's a
But
big-
no one will disagree. Marty has the big jobs. He's going to get whatever he wants.
He
Cleaned up
does.
the homeless camps along the river just like that, didn't he?
Makes things happen, right?
How come he got all the homeless moved off the banks of the river?
I did that. Marty didn't, I can tell you,
Wait.
Marty didn't even know he owned the property.
I will say, I think you're talking about the wrong Marty. I would say this Marty did that.
He
I'm the
certainly
one that
did.
did that, and I'm the one that got my teeth
Certainly
Got
did.
killed a
kicked
little
in
bit for it.
politically for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm the one who put in the motions to clean up the bridge. You, Lowell, own the land. And I don't think Marty knew, they paid $185,000 to my knowledge for cleanup of those camps. And then the other camp was down on land that MassDOT owned. And I think they cleaned up at another $50,000 cost down there. But that was me who did it. Yeah. Not Marty Mann.
My.
That is.
But why
That's
did he
true.
let the conference center go? That has not been an asset for Lowell. Do you think that's been good for Lowell?
No, absolutely not.
Well, but
Not at all.
he is in charge of it. Why did he just let it and not tell anybody in Lowell? Not tell the manager, not tell the mayor,
Who's
not
he
tell
work?
the council.
Who's his only boss?
Well, the state took
Who's
it over,
who's
didn't
Marty's
they?
only
I know.
boss?
They had it, yeah.
The governor.
But they couldn't have done it with.
He is not going to trample on the governor's door.
Well, and they were paying.
He
their
knows who
debt.
he works for.
Right.
The state was
Who
picking
can
up his
fire
debt for
Marty?
being in conference center.
Who can fire Marty? The governor.
The board.
Well, he has a board.
Yeah, they have a board.
The governor.
But she came in and took that, and she started paying off the debt. And she also filled every hotel in Massachusetts. It came to the point people wouldn't pull over in Massachusetts for a hotel room for the night. And but that was Maura Healey. And we'll see where that goes. I don't know what they're going to do with that. That might be part of the front runner down the line.
Yeah.
Because
Hopefully it doesn't continue.
George Street, you have the old
Well, it's-
courthouse there. So that will all be part of the discussion.
But the conference center is the only location in the state that she didn't.
Two of them, I think there was, yeah.
Yeah,
Two.
I don't understand that. Every other.
Because they own the property.
She owns it.
They
Yeah.
own it. They're paying rent to themselves, basically. So,
It was just no communication with your city leadership.
yeah, it was just bad.
And I don't
decisions,
understand
I
that
think.
since
I
you
think it was
have
bad decisions.
Marty that is from Lowell, you would have thought that he would have at least reached out to the powers that be.
Maura
I
Healey
think
didn't
it's
discuss
disrespectful.
anything with anyone. Chelmsford, the hotels out there along the highway, she was putting people everywhere. She
But
wasn't telling the towns.
They were private.
Doesn't matter. She's paying it, and she's going in and taking the rooms. And she wasn't telling anybody. That's,
Yeah, I mean, we had events, we had to, the folk
Plan.
fest, right?
Yeah.
We had to send people out and provide busing to bring them
Yeah.
downtown
That's
from the
right.
hotels.
Oh, I
Because
know.
the conference center was no longer available, so.
It's quite unfortunate.
Yeah,
But
I mean, there should have
anyway.
been limits on that, the number. I mean, the amount of money they spent was
yeah,
astronomical.
they should have worked with the city on that, the state, and they didn't do it. But you can blame the governor, I think, more for that than anyone else. I think they just went in and took it, but they were paying a debt on it too, so.
Yeah.
You know, what are you gonna do?
What are
I don't
you
think our
gonna do?
delegation was
Like
against
here
it
in
either. I don't
Massachusetts.
think our delegation was against, them taking over like that either, so. But, I
No,
mean, it was a big burden. It is a big
Well,
burden
you
on the
don't-
public schools and in all the towns, so.
You don't, I think
It's always
Lowell
an
really,
unfunded mandate
really
on
took
these
it in the
towns.
chin, though. I mean,
Yeah.
they've done all the transportation. You've really kind of had to swallow a big pill
Even,
there.
yeah, I mean, they bring medical appointments, transportation.
It's bizarre.
It's just huge cost to this, so.
Yeah.
With no limits, and I know they tried to put a limit, like you had to be within, Massachusetts for 6 months to get family housing, and that was turned down.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I always felt bad for the council and the schools department and the city. Everyone's, immigration in Lowell, it's always been a welcoming city.
That's
Yes,
true.
it has been.
yes.
I'm going to blow
But-
through these texts real quick. The codes have changed as well as inflation compounding the issue, the building codes, I should have
Yeah,
said.
it's expensive to build in Massachusetts.
Are there any other buildings leaking? That's old.
Yeah.
At the College Stadium,
I would totally read that one
Yeah.
too.
this is old. Watertown High is over budget by $22 million.
Yeah.
It's all about state government jobs. It's never about private sector jobs. Well, because I want the pension. We all want the pension. It seems like Lowell, in general, has a lot of government workers. I wonder where the salaries come from. That's it in the text.
So private
Thanks.
business, I mean, they're trying to, that's the point of Lincoln Front Runner, I mean, Draper, they're trying to
Right.
bring in, Mass General Brigham, I think was one of them mentioned out there. I mean, there's a lot of private enterprise that they're trying to bring
They're
in.
trying to bring in.
Yeah.
And
We're all-
hopefully,
We're all hoping, I mean, I look
Yeah.
at Hamilton Canal, I mean, how long have we been talking about Hamilton Canal Innovation District, right? So,
about 20 years ago, Brian Martin, I think, started that. And you had to put an entire infrastructure in. When I was on the council, the infrastructure wasn't in fully.
right,
So
yeah, that's just been over the last few years where they've completed all
we
of
would
the
have
final.
got it all completed. The only thing that they
connections
could
and-
put in back then was Canal Street. And Marty took that building and rented it and put in M2D2 down there. And then they had the school and apartments. But other than that, it's... And the other thing the city gets knocked on is that parking garage, because right now it's costing a fortune, but I think once,
Debt services,
Yeah,
filling our
once-
parking enterprise fund.
Yeah. but once this all comes to fruition down at Hamilton Canal, you're gonna need that garage.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's there now, okay, you're paying the cost on it, but I think you're better off to have it there now than have these companies come in and what are we gonna do?
Yeah, it's a
It-
lot of
it's
big
there.
debt service though, like I said, with the high school, the parking garage.
Right.
I mean, we're getting hit a lot right now, so.
I didn't know Watertown was that high over. I knew Lexington was up, and I knew there was a lot of construction in the state. So what you're going through isn't unusual. Right?
Yeah.
It really isn't. And,
So I'm
How
gonna
do you
blast through
read a little more
today's
about that,
announcements
Melissa?
real
Yeah.
quickly today. And starting off with, today is the 10th, December 10th, so Lowell Senior Center has lunch 7 days a week. Today they have barbecue chicken breast. So head over there around 10:30 and sit down, have a nice lunch of barbecue breast. And moving right along, this is Drake and Tewksbury. They have lunch every day, but you gotta sign up a week early, so if you want a lunch over there, you gotta call up. And if you're going over to Drake or Tewksbury today, you're gonna have ham with apple glazed garlic, mashed potatoes, green beans with peppers, LS bread, whatever that is, and mint chocolate mousse. Out in charming Chelmsford, you can walk in out there. They prefer you make a reservation, but you can walk in, and they have Cajun chicken, vegetarian option rice, peppers, onions, mixed vegetables, and mixed fruit. You don't have to live in the town to eat in their senior center. It's a federally paid-for program with federal tax dollars. They're all tax money. So you can eat in any, you can go to Timbuktu and have their senior lunch. Ronnie Elliott's having a party on tomorrow, the 17th, at the Worthen House from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Be there or be square. Holiday dinner for the Tewksbury Senior Center, $25 a ticket, 6 to 10 p.m. That's going to be a fabulous time. If you want more information about that, call over to the Tewksbury Senior Center. It'll be a grand feed, guaranteed. Good time had by all. Pints for a Purpose. Now, Danny Rourke, Chris, Dick, and Danielle McFadden are putting this on, and it's Pints for a Purpose at the Old Court, 29 Central Street. There's a QR code. If you take your fancy phone out of your pocket and you zero in on this, it'll bring you something, and it'll tell you a lot more information about this. But that's coming up on Saturday, December 13th. And this is, okay, it fits. Gift card drive to support teens in foster care, Wednesday, December 17th, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Old Court. Hosted by the Gendron and Ferrier families. They're collecting $25 gift certificates. And be a good time. So consider heading down there with a gift certificate. And we have food, raffles, DJ, Cisco. Stop by and help make every teen in foster care have a great holiday season. And last one, where's my Top Donut ad? There's Top Donut. Okay, Top Donut is going to have Santa Claus. So if you got a little one and you want a nice cup of coffee and a nice donut, head over there on Saturday. Santa and Mrs. Claus are going to be at Top Donut Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's a freebie, Just plenty of parking over there.
Yeah.
Robin and Wendy Lay run the place, great people. So Santa Claus is going to be there Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 2. Back over to you guys. Thank you, Linda.
I expect you'll even see Corey Robinson somewhere over there
Talked to
in
him.
his district.
Yeah, the
Well,
gift card fundraiser is nice. I think they said that they stopped giving gifts, like these groups, these agencies, most of them at 13, I think is the cutoff, so the teens don't really get anything.
Right.
So that's
Yeah.
really nice. Which
Well,
is-
it's what you had just said earlier, that Lowell is a very generous city.
Yeah, so that was a really nice idea for, it's Erin and Ryan Faria doing it, Erin Gendron, so.
They do a lot of good things,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, just out of the blue, something like that pops up, and Erin, I know Erin's a social worker, and I'm sure that was her idea, and I think that's great.
I think she's got a good future in the
Yeah, I
local
think
political
so,
scene too, you
Yeah.
know?
Ryan Faria, too. He's
Yeah.
very actively involved, another one.
Yeah.
A little younger, it's nice to see,
Them step up, yeah.
Do you know anything else that's happening in this season that people should be aware of?
Yeah, I think you just hit
you
most of them
covered
just
it
now.
all?
Yeah, I think so. None that I can think of other than that, but
Well-
everyone gets in touch with John, huh?
Well, you're down there for, on, you
I'll
know,
be there Saturday, I'll be there next Wednesday, all just great events.
yeah.
If you think you get a lot of calls and texts as a city councilor, go into the media, then you start getting a ton of, you know what's going on, boom, 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 and you're getting all
Oh,
kinds
yeah,
of.
yeah, get a lot of calls and texts. Like I said, I was surprised a lot more than when I was on the school committee. So the district, that's the district representation.
Yeah.
I think that's really changed. That
Well,
have,
Kim, you get
know.
calls because you answer the phone.
Yeah.
A lot of your
I do,
colleagues,
not during the workday though, and people just sometimes aren't
still, you
understanding.
do
They'll
have to
call
work.
again and again and again on the same
I
day,
know.
and I'm like, I can't call you back. 8:30
Well, you've
to
embraced it.
4:30.
I've always said I thought you were the best, you were the quintessential neighborhood city councilor. That was my opinion. And you've seemed to
I love
embrace
it.
it.
There's
and-
some things, sometimes there's some people that are demanding. I mean, that are, and that's hard. I mean, the things like traffic is a real thing that, there isn't like a quick cure for it, We try to get speed bumps in a lot of the areas, but you can't put them on every street, and you're not gonna put them on every street.
now Jay's the only person I know that's a little bit more cynical than me. Great show today. One thing we can all agree on is that when the Rourke Bridge will be over budget and not on time. Thank you, Jay, for your cynical
I just-
comments. Great show today. Always great to see Councilor Scott on the show. That's
Thank
from
you,
Bob.
Bart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very nice.
that bridge is gonna be funny. You look at, as I said, just look at what's going on with the schools now across the state. It's gonna be and it was 68 million in 2014 when I was on. And,
So the bridge goes diagonal over to,
yeah,
I can't think of the name of the road right now. You know the name of the road.
there's
Where
Von,
Happy
Boomis-
Boulevard.
yeah,
Connecting to where Boomis was, though, that road that cuts across.
right, the boulevard.
No, but the next road, the next
Oh,
right.
yeah, no, that's,
Yeah, I know, I can't think of it right now either.
where the
That's
Elks
okay.
was.
So, but it's gonna connect across
Ferry.
that way. Old Ferry
Ferry.
Road.
Ferry
thank
Road.
you. Yeah, so it connects across that way, diagonal, but it looks like it starts at the same base, like the same,
The design has changed several times since
so
we
is
took
it
the
gonna be
first.
shut down, I'm saying, when they have to do the changeover to the new bridge, is
It-
that?
I don't know, I think
don't
they're
know
gonna
the-
keep building it. The funny thing is, well, not funny, because once the bridge is done, you're gonna come over the bridge and still hit 2 lanes in the Highlands.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
always been.
That's-
It's gonna be,
Although
and
when
it's-
it was originally planned, that wasn't the case.
Oh, it's
They
one,
had, yes.
one lane,
Yeah.
one lane, each way.
Yes.
Yeah, it's,
Wood Street and Middlesex, yeah.
yeah, you're not gonna change those two.
But at
Well,
one time, when it was first planned, that they had some options to be able to expand it, and it just took too long. I mean,
You have to purchase
community
too many
built up.
houses. Okay, you either have to buy DeMoss's parking lot or buy up all those houses. And then
But
you're
you're
gonna buy
still
up all
gonna
those
go
houses
down.
to Route 3.
And then you're gonna go to the other side of the street from the housing, you got the oldest structure in the, area there. So historically, they won't let you take that down.
And then you got the
just
car
gonna hit 2
dealerships,
lanes
you're gonna
anyways.
take a front off the
Yeah.
car dealership
McDonald's,
going towards the
you're not gonna
highway?
take McDonald's, you're not gonna take.
Never gonna happen.
And then you have to work with Chelmsford.
Yeah.
You know, it's no,
well, it's not gonna happen.
It's good it's 2 lanes on the bridge, though, on the other side. You can go turn right, turn left, without waiting.
I thought they should have had one in the middle that they really can't use, for emergency vehicles because of the hospital being there. the fire trucks.
Oh, it is unfortunate. It's the only,
That's
really,
it.
the bridge, every emergency vehicle has to go over that, and you all live on the other side of the bridge.
You want to get
At the
woke
moment.
up?
And
You be on any bridge and let a fire truck go the other side, wakes you right up.
Yeah.
Wakes you up.
Oh, yeah, shakes, the fire truck
Oh,
shakes
on
the
that
bridge.
bridge, you mean? Oh, yeah.
Any one of the bridges is going to shake the bridge.
Yeah,
Heavy
a little
vehicles.
unnerving.
They drive, oh my gosh, last night I was on Lawrence Street, and there was one, the cars are on both sides, so this is parked, there's nowhere to go, and the car in front of me just stops, and I'm behind him, and the fire truck comes, and I'm trying to get up onto the, as close to this car as I can, and I'm kind of like beeping, like trying to get him to pull into the parking lot
Yeah.
of the liquor store. Oh my God, that fire truck came about a foot from my car. And my car, like he said, it felt like it was shaking when it went by, but they can drive through tight places, I'll tell you
the
that.
streets, yeah.
I mean, I was.
The only time I see them have a problem was over here on South Highland. There was a fire, and there was some cars parked on the side street going up South Highland. They couldn't get the fire trucks up. The streets are so narrow here, and back central.
I had them drive a couple times down like Floyd. They actually took the truck down there just to check that they could get through because people were saying a fire truck's not going to get through here.
No, it's snowbanks.
No,
They did.
in the
They
Lower
did.
Highlands,
They
the whole
went
city.
through though
yeah.
without any issue. I mean, they really can maneuver those things.
Yeah.
Okay, tomorrow's City Life, we're going to have Evelyn Thoren's going to be here. I don't think Bobby Hoy will be here, but Glenn Thoren's going to be here, rocket scientist, Sam Chase. I got the last message of the day from Mark Kratman. This year is going to be very interesting for elections. The state has already sent out warnings that state aid may be the same as next few years.
Yeah.
Senator who can lobby for your city or town will be very important. I don't think the Cowardly Lion's a good choice to have at this time of. But back over to you, Tom. Time is short, Lynn.
I don't know what they're
I
going
don't
to
know
do.
if I'm going to touch that.
Well, I don't lose track of the Senate race.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be strange being in the winter and the primary. And
Yeah. Hopefully it's not a snowstorm.
I
Be a
know,
real
I know,
interesting race if there's-
but I mean, even at that, in the winter, I would think you'd have people getting absentee ballots, and there's no reason for people not
Do
voting.
mail-in ballots.
Yeah.
If you try to get people to do mail-in, that way you don't have to worry
How
about
will they
a
know to
storm.
vote?
What's that?
How will they know to vote?
We're going to talk about it, John.
When's the preliminary?
February 3rd,
I think
is it?
it's
February?
Patty Kerwin sent
And
me
that-
the dates
and the
yesterday. I might
election
go
would
look
be-
for her.
March.
March.
Okay, February, March.
And then they have to
And
pull
now you have
papers
Joe
in April.
Espinola running, so at least there'll be a race in March.
Well, Sam Mees is running too, or said.
He's
Oh.
And Gene-
Republican.
Yeah.
Malkus?
Oh, is he running Republican?
And Joe is running unenrolled?
Unenrolled.
Sam?
Yeah.
Sam is running?
Patty Kerwin, Kelty told me yesterday,
That's what I heard.
February 3rd is the
Preliminary.
primary, and election is March 3rd, but the primary is the real one.
Hi, Patty.
Gene Balkus?
Well, Yeah.
People are going to miss Eddie Kennedy, all the money he brought into this district.
You know how to
That's
do
what
it.
it's all
He-
about.
Eddie knew it, I'll tell you.
Who do you
he-
think's gonna bring the most money in?
Eddie had a real good staff. He had Patty, and Dominic Lay's one of my favorite people, But Eddie had a pretty good staff down there, and
Quietly go and take money off your table. He's good people.
How about that $12
Well,
million
thank you for
in
watching.
phone
Thank you for
calls?
getting up. Thank you for coming
Oh,
in.
Yeah, you should have talked about
And
that, the $12 million in
I
phone
think we're
calls for presidents.
off the air.
I
pretty
did
much.
yesterday.
And I'll
talk
answer
about it
Kim
yesterday?
Scott. Rodney's my
Podcast.
choice. For the guy who can get the money for Lowell
Yeah.
or
I
your
think Rodney
town,
will.
Rodney's my choice.
Well, then, go and support him then, if that's the
Yeah,
answer.
come
Say
out and
goodbye,
support
kids.
him. Yeah.
Thanks
tomorrow
for
night.
watching. See you tomorrow.
$12 million in prisoner phone calls.
We did the
What
phone
could we
calls.
use $12 million for?